Hello, YouTube. I was looking through my DVD collection the other day, and I was thinking, I've seen some of these reviews on here for these 50 movie sets that Mill Creek puts out. You know, sometimes they put like 20 movie sets. There might be even some 100 movie sets. Might even, I think they have some that are even more than that. This video, I'm going to do a brief review of classic features, 50 movies, sci-fi invasion. I've had this for a number of years. I don't remember what year it came out. I think it says 2011. I have some more of these 50 movie sets, and I'll probably do a review for each of those later. On the front here, it says starring Vincent Price, Jesse Ventura, Bill Paxton, Peter Dineley, Ben Kingsley, Dorothy Stratton, Mark Hamill, and many more. How many discs are on here? Anyway, here's what it looks like when it's open. You need to get all these discs that fit in here. There's about 3 movies on each disc. I guess someone would have to have more than that. 12 discs? Yeah, some of them have 4 movies. It gives you a little booklet. On the back is just shows some more of their sets that they have. You just get like a brief summary of each movie. It tells you what's on each disc. It'll tell you the title and just starring so and so and the year and whether it's color, black or white, or the rating. A very brief summary. Yeah, very brief summary. You can see those check marks are just as I watched each one, I went ahead and checked it off, and then it looks like I highlighted the ones that I actually liked. You get something like this, 50 movies. I mean, the chances are you're not going to like every movie on here. I can't remember what I paid for this. It's probably not more than 20. I mean, still, it's worth it for that large number of movies. Even though, these are, because you say, in the public domain. So let's dig in and see what's on here. And I'm just going to tell you my opinion on each movie. This isn't going to be a review. Get my flashlight. Too lazy to go upstairs and turn the light on. Lights off. I'm using my lamp here. We got Welcome to Blood City. I can remember my dad renting that on VHS a long time ago, back in the early 90s, probably from the local Price Chopper or Hy-Vee. I don't know if this was a theatrical release or made for TV. It's a weird movie with Jack Palance and the main actor from 2001. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Kind of like Westworld in that it's I don't want to give too much away, but takes place in our world, but most of it takes place inside this guy's mind, and it's like I said, kind of like he's in a western town, and you kind of raise up in rank depending on how many people you kill or something like that. It's kind of a strange movie. I watched it again recently, and I like it. It's alive, and it's not the what is that man's name? Cohen? Is that his last name? I can't remember the first name. It's not one of those killer babies movies. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what this is about. Let me look in here. What disc is this? This is disc 5. Let me look in here. Disc 5. July 1968. Backwards farmer discovers a reptilian creature living in his cave on his property. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that was okay. Kind of silly. I can't even remember what the monster looked like in that one. But I'd watch it again. You know, as long as it's a movie that I would watch again, I consider it worth it. Future Hunters. What does this say? 1988. That's one I think I tried to start watching and I couldn't make it through it. It was just too boring. I turned it off. And The Creeping Terror. What do we got here? 1964, black and white. Spacecraft lands in a remote area outside of a small California town, and a hidden creature emerges which begins to develop members of the local community. Yeah, that one was pretty stupid. Pretty lousy monster. I didn't care for that one. Disc 1. Brain Twisters. What was that? Early 90s. 91. Scientist creating mind control software for a major corporation initializes his college students as guinea pigs in his tests. I'm not going to read over the whole description of every movie on here. It was okay, I guess. I don't think it was very... Don't remember it being too gory, but it was an interesting story. The Head. 1959. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It's almost 2:45 in the morning here. I don't remember watching this one. Something about a guy trying to keep a dog's head alive. I don't remember watching that one. Horst Frank is in it. Well, I think I've seen it in some spaghetti westerns. The Daytime Ended. I like this one. Weird. Science fiction movie from 1980. I don't remember who did the special effects. I don't remember if it's the same guy that did Laser Blast. If you ever seen that one, that's what it kind of reminded me of. I mean the special effects in that one, because it was like stop motion animation. Pretty cool little spaceship, little spaceship thing that comes on this ranch, this family there, and this little girl has some kind of like crystal-like thing or something she finds, and there's at one point this little alien creature comes out. That seems kind of cool. It's got some pretty neat couple of monsters, at least 2 monsters, from outer space that end up. There's a scene where they fight each other. I like stuff like that. If it's a science fiction movie from the 70s or 80s, chances are that at least gets my attention. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good, but I'll watch it and just check it out. The Daytime Ended. I like that one. Next up, what have we got here? Eyes Behind the Stars. This is a strange one I think I had seen before. I'll have to watch that again because I just now noticed that Martin Balsam is in it. And I don't think I've ever seen a Martin Balsam movie that I did not like. He's one of my favorite actors. Photographer and his model, again, this is from 1978. Photographer and his model are on a photo shoot in a remote wooded area when the photographer takes a picture with something mysterious in the background. Upon examining the photo, the couple realize they have photographed aliens in their spacecraft. I don't remember actually if they have shown any aliens in it. That one was so-so. I'll have to watch that again, though. Next up, we have Disc 2. Hands of Steel, Italian exploitation from 1980-something. Who's in that? John Saxon in that? Take a look here. Yeah, John Saxon is in it. I can't remember what his real name is. George Eastman is in it. I think he's from Anthropophagus. 1986. Yeah, he plays like this badass guy from the... He's supposed to be like a cyborg type character. Yeah, that's right. George Eastman doesn't play the main character. He's like a... some guy that's... What do you mean you can't see? Are you blind? Yeah. Kind of like a bully. silly.
Well, I guess you don't know if it's snowing yet. I'll find out. I think my trash out.
Hands of Steel. I guess they call it because he has enhanced strength. Hands of Steel, that one was good. War of the Robots. Oh, God. I don't know what it is about Italian movies and science fiction, even though that one I just mentioned, Hands of Steel, isn't. Pretty sure it's Italian made and it's science fiction. That one's good. But it seemed like after the success of Star Wars, they started the Italians was trying to match the success of that. I mean, you compare something that had the budget of Star Wars to something low budget like this, War of the Robots. And God, this was hard to sit through. I love Italian westerns, huge fan of spaghetti westerns, but something about Italian science fiction is just, oh God, really hard to sit through. Yeah, War of the Robots, 1978, with Antonio Sabato, Yanti Summer, Melissa Longo. Representative of an alien civilization on the brink of extinction arrives on Earth and kidnaps two top research scientists in the hopes they can find them a cure to their problem. Looking to stop a potential alien invasion and rescue the scientists, a group of soldiers is on a mission that could, who gives a shit. Trust me, it's not very good. And the aliens look silly. They just look like these bald-headed. They're bald-headed and don't talk. And I think there's some that wear like all blonde wigs. And there's like a couple of robots that I guess there's a couple of droids. Yeah, right, droids. A couple of these little robot-type characters, I guess, for comic relief. Unless I'm thinking of some other Italian science fiction movie that was made in the 70s, because there's one, I can't remember what it's called, maybe Star Odyssey. And I think Gianni Garco was in that one. 984, Prisoner of the Future from 1982. I wanted to like this one. I tried to. I mean, I did watch the whole thing, but it was just too boring. And I have to read the description because it makes it easier for in case you want to know what the movie's about. Because some of these I can barely remember, and the description here is much better than what I can give to you. So, in a futuristic world, a man is taken prisoner and jailed for alleged crimes against the government. In prison without true cause, the man is tortured by a sadistic warden who is trying to get the man to confess his crimes. And, I didn't care for that one. Next up, Top Line, which I've seen a few times because I bought it on VHS a long time ago, simply because it stars my all-time favorite actor, Mr. Franco Nero, and I will watch him in anything. George Kennedy is also in it. I think William Berger is in it for a little bit. It's made in South America science fiction film from the 1988. Yeah, this one's pretty fun. Franco Nero is a journalist. He's currently staying somewhere in South America. This woman he's been seeing, her boyfriend, shows him some treasures that he has found in this cave, and they go to investigate, and actually finds out there's a UFO that has crashed. It's been staying in this cave for who knows how many hundreds, or if not thousands of years. And George Kennedy plays a character. Anyway, there's more than once, more than twice, somebody tries to kill Franco Nero because they know he's found out too much. So you get a Terminator-like character. You get a pretty cool-looking monster towards the end, and I'm not gonna spoil that scene because the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa! I wasn't expecting that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Top Line. That's a good one. Next up, we have, let's see what on here, Disc 3, Night Fright, 1968. Not so good. Yeah, something about a experiment that is mutated in an ape, turn it into an unstoppable killing machine with a thirst for blood. It actually sounds pretty cool, but they hardly even show the monster. They show it very briefly. You might see his arm go by, and a lot of crap with kids dancing, making out, stuff like that. Slipstream, science fiction film from 1989 with Bill Paxton, Mark Hamill, Ben Kingsley, F. Murray Abraham. So-so, not bad, not a like great. And I'm not going to go over the description. Extraterrestrial visitors. And if you are familiar with Mystery Science Theater 3000, you might have seen this very movie on there as, I think they called it Pod People. Trumpy, and the little boy. Trumpy, you can do stupid. So here, watch that, and you can see how it originally is uncut. Yeah. Not really that much difference. I don't think they cut too much out of it. I don't remember anything. Other than, you know, some swearing. Again, must have been. Well, I was going to say Italian, I'm not sure. This might have actually been Spanish. Spanish-made science fiction film. Kind of fun. Pretty stupid, though. Star Night. Klaus Kinski, Harvey Keitel. Strange movie. Science fiction. Set back in the times of, medieval times, somewhere in Europe. Some guy that's from outer space and he can't talk or something. He always wears a helmet. Klaus Kinski plays kind of like the, what do you call it, heretic, sorcerer, wizard, or alchemist. I guess that's what it is. I think Harvey Keitel plays the king. Lovely young princess is taken captive by a dragon. I don't remember any dragon. Okay, when the dragon turns out to be, and I'm not going to spoil it for you what it says after that. Not bad. Again, Klaus Kinski is one of my favorite actors. Okay, what do we got up here? Disc 4, Invaders from Space. It's one of the Starman movies, Japanese movie, science fiction movie. I think they showed at least one of these on Mystery Science Theater 3000. Or was it Space Chief? Or something? Something like that. Alien Factor. This one was cool. This guy had like 4 different monsters. 4 different monsters. I can't. They're these guys. This guy's trying to track them all down and capture them. And pretty cool ending on with the way that one ends too. Now, I'm not going to spoil it. But if you like 1970s science fiction, back before they relied on CGI and all that, pretty cool. Pretty cool monsters. Got my Hellraiser t-shirt on right now. Okay, let's see what we got next. Hyper Sapien, people from another star. I think I remember this when this was advertised on TV. So this one actually did have a theatrical release, 1986. Keenan Wynn. I think I had something to do with. Oh my gosh! Excuse me, boy. This gonna be a long review. I might have to cut this short and continue later. Whoa, kind of blanked out for a moment. What I was going to say. What is that woman's name? Talia Shire. Is she a producer or something? It actually has to do with behind the scenes because she's briefly in one scene. Oh, yeah, I think she has a scene where she's talking to Merv Griffin. How the hell did Merv Griffin end up in this science fiction movie? This is probably aimed at kids. These 2 girls that are sisters somehow escaped from their spaceship lands on Earth. Somehow they got left behind with their little alien creature friend, and they meet up with Keenan Wynn and his, was it his grandpa? Somebody. Of course, the boy ends up falling in love with one of the girls. It's not bad. Escape from Galaxy 3. Okay, here we go. Another one of those silly 1970s science fiction movies. This one actually came out before. Oh, no. Let's see here. 1976. Yeah, this was crap. Just stupid. I gotta be honest. Do watch it though, just briefly to see Don Powell. I think he also did the music. I mean, he looks kind of like a Looks like he could have been in Parliament Funkadelic, the costume he wears. He's got glitter on his beard. He just looks silly. So at least check it out for that part. And next up, Disc 6, Trapped by Television. I don't even bother watching that one. It's too boring. Trapped by Television, 1936. Yeah, I don't think anyone watched that one. I tried to. It's too boring. Rocket Attack USA, another one I couldn't make it through. 1961. 100. That was fun. Maureen Langdon is a kind of like a Red Sonja-like type. They made it. Conan the Barbarian came out I think in '81, and that was so popular that they did a whole bunch of these barbarian-like type movies. And this one's pretty fun. I liked it. I'll certainly watch it again. Mission Stardust, 1968. Expedition to the Moon is sent with the intent to aid a female alien on her mission of preserving her race. It seems there are hostile forces out to destroy the population of her planet, and they intend to stop her at all costs. The expedition's efforts are hampered by the plans of evil planet who intends to rob the moon of its riches. I don't even remember watching this, so I probably didn't even like it. And that's all I'm going to do, because I've still got, let's see how many more. 1, 2, 3, 6 more discs to go through. So I'm going to have to do a part 2 for this one, and upload them separately, or do another video and just edit it together with this one. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Alright, I'm back. It's later, and I'm well rested now and ready to continue with review of the Mill Creek's sci-fi invasion classic 50 movie feature. Excuse me. Hopefully you can hear me over the Alan Parsons Project. Alright. I've got, it's like 6 more discs here. Disc 7. The Amazing Transparent Man. From 1960, black and white. Crazed ex-military officer Paul Krenner had dreams of world domination when he forces unwilling scientist Peter Ulof to do his bidding. Ulof must develop a process to induce invisibility through atomic radiation, and I don't even remember watching this one. It must have been pretty boring. I must have gave up on it early. Brother from Another Planet, 1984. I think they used to show this on cable quite a bit when I was in junior high. Joe Morton. Yeah, it's kind of a strange science fiction movie. Yeah. Alright, better get on with it. Again, these aren't going to be just reviews of the each movie. Because like I said, a lot of these I don't even remember watching. Battle Beyond the Sun. Yeah, I don't remember watching that one. Ivan Pereverzov, Alexander Shvorn, Larissa Borisenko. This might be a Russian science fiction movie, 1959. Don't remember. Primal Impulse, I do remember. Primal Impulse, 1974. I do remember watching that one. On Klaus Kinski, even though he doesn't play that big of a part. Woman awakens to discover she has no memories of the previous 3 days, and her only clue to follow is the torn photo of a seaside town. Upon visiting the town to hopefully restore memory, the woman becomes confused when locals appear to recognize her, even though she doesn't remember ever being there. A recurring dream involving astronauts on the moon offers little comfort and more concern for this amnesiac woman. Yeah, it's a strange one. I couldn't figure it out. I think I've seen it at least twice. I'll probably watch it again, since, like I said before, Klaus Kinski's one of my favorite actors, and Florenda Balkan is one of my favorite actresses. I'm not even sure if Primal Impulse is the full title. I'll have to find out. I don't know if that would have been, if maybe they cut anything out of this version. Next up, what do we got in here? Is that it for disc 7? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So next up, we got disc 8. More on some outer space, British science fiction. It's kind of very funny. 1985. Jimmy Nail. For some reason, I was thinking that guy is from a guy, I can't remember his name. I think he's in Goldfinger. Chubby British comedian. Yeah, I can't remember what his name is. I think maybe he introduced Queen at Live Aid. I can't remember if he's in it or not. Next up, we have Alien Prey. I like that one. These two lesbians living out in the forest somewhere in this little cottage, and they come across this guy, and he's actually an alien, but he's also a killer. And one of the lesbians thinks that he's trying to lure her girlfriend away from her. It's pretty graphic. Quite a bit of blood. Again, I don't know if this is a cut version on, because I found out that this does have an official DVD release. I'm going to have to try to track that down. Yeah, it's a nice thing about these is, I mean, you find a lot of movies that you never heard of, like a diamond in the rough. Some are crap, and some you think, wow, that's pretty good. Future Women from 1969. Sumuru, the leader of an all-female army, plans to use her troops to take over the world. From their secret base near Rio de Janeiro, Sumuru and her femme fatales are prepared to strike terror across the globe in order to complete their evil plot. A male secret agent arriving in Brazil and a local crime kingpin may be all that stands in the way of Sumuru, her warriors, and their goal of world domination. It sounds like the kind of thing that would have been good for Mr. Science Theater. Probably made due to the popularity of the 007 films. Huh. I highlighted that one, if I can't see. And the check marks just means that I watched it. And I highlighted the ones that I actually liked, so maybe I'll try watching that one again sometime. Continuing disc 8, we have something called Star Pilot from 1967. An alien spacecraft crashes on the island of Sardinia, where the ship's occupants kidnap a scientist to force him to help make repairs. Once the ship is fixed, the aliens decide to take the scientist and his companions back to their home planet for study. En route to their home in the constellation Hydra, the aliens find the captors are plotting to take control of the ship, which causes some unexpected problems. Yeah, I don't remember watching that one. And here comes a cat. Disc 9. Assassin, Robert Conrad, 1986. That was boring. Something about a robot sent to kill the president. I wonder if maybe somebody saw the Terminator and decided to make that. I don't remember. I made it all the way through it. That's kind of boring. Fugitive Alien. This one I think might actually be on some Mystery Science Theater, but I can't remember what the title they gave it. On here it's called Fugitive Alien, 1986. Maybe it was like part of a Japanese science fiction TV series and they edited it together to make this movie. I can't remember any aliens in it, or any giant robots or anything particularly cool. I mean, usually Japanese science fiction, especially from the 80s, this was kind of dull. Maybe they cut all the good bits out. Beyond the Moon from 1954. Oh, that's a Rocky Jones thing. Yeah, that was crap. That was god-awful. Boring. Probably the worst movie on here. Next up, 1977, Crater Lake Monster. Oh yeah, This is actually a movie I remember seeing at the drive-in. Acrylic Monster, and I can't remember what else was on the, what else was playing with it. Maybe Slithus. And I seem to remember, you know, keep in mind I was only 6 years old when I saw this, and I'm trying to stay up that late, and I fell asleep during it. And I asked my brother what happened. He told me how it ended, and I'm not going to reveal it here because I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't seen it. But another one of those stop-motion animation movies. I liked it. It's a fun little cheap 1970s science fiction movie, monster movie. One thing I haven't mentioned on here about is the quality of some of these, picture quality. Can't remember any of them being particularly all that bad, really. I mean, you don't expect a high definition. Don't recall if any of them are in widescreen. I think most of them, are, if not all, are full frame. I think most are in mono. That Slipstream, that sounded like that was in stereo. Wish I could find a really good quality version of Top Line, but I've recently found a version that was from Italian television that someone had dubbed the English audio on top of, and even that version is not all that sharp a picture. But anyway, getting back to where are we now? We're on disc 10. Raiders of Atlantis. Fun Italian exploitation. Made, I'm guessing, probably due to the popularity of a Road Warrior. Christopher Connolly, Mike Fields, Tony King. I don't remember who directed. Was that Deodato? Is that his name? It wasn't. I think it was Umberto Lenzi. That was a fun one. Yeah, some weird... Well, what were they? Oh, Warriors from Atlantis. Some weird clear skull mask, and there's some... I can't remember if it was a UFO or what it was, thing that comes up out of the ocean. I like that one. Robo Vampire. I think maybe that's a Godfrey Ho movie. Maybe he took two movies together and edited them all into one. And it's pretty silly. You know, I ought to watch it just to see how bad it is. Robo Vampire. 1988. I think there might actually be another Robo Vampire movie where he's fights some kind of witch or something. Pretty crazy. Or High. Another one of those high school kid picked on, looking for revenge. Using some kind of science experiment. Excuse me while I scratch my ears. Good one, this. I like those kind of movies. Like Horror High, Carrie, Jennifer, Massacre at Central High. Part, I think some, I'm probably not spoiling too much, or some woman gets her hand cut off with one of those old-fashioned paper cutters. It was pretty cool. Galaxina. I remember seeing this advertised on TV back in 1980. Dorothy Stratton, Avery Schreiber, the guy, I think he used to do those Doritos commercials when I was a kid. And science fiction comedy. That's alright. Disc 11. Night of the Blood Beast from 1958. Astronaut dies while returning from a mission, and his body is recovered by the military. The base where the dead astronaut is taken to becomes the scene of a bizarre invasion plan from outer space. Alien embryos inside the dead astronaut resurrect the corpse and begin a terrifying assault on the military staff in hopes of conquering the world. It's a pretty cool plot if you ask me. Not bad. Better than a lot of the science fiction films in the 50s I've seen. The Manster, 1962. Yeah, it's one where the guy he's injecting stuff into him for some reason in Japan, and he's Oh, he gets injected with some stuff, and he starts to grow like a little thing here. I think there's one part where he looks down and he's got like a little eyeball on his shoulder or something. That's about all I remember from that one. I remember seeing clips from that, and it came from Hollywood. Evil Brain from Outer Space, another one of the Starman movies, which I didn't particularly care for. The Bat, Vincent Price, Agnes Moorehead, Gavin Gore, 1959. That's one of the... I think I bought this just to... Oh, maybe from Dills. You know, they used to have a whole roll of DVDs and cheap, you know, public domain movies for $1. I bought that. Vincent Price is probably the very first actor I was aware of. Him and Clint Eastwood. He's not in it that much, which is one reason I didn't particularly like it. Life Returns is a strange one. Imagine like the East Side Kids meet, I don't know, meet Bela Lugosi or Dr. Frankenstein or something. 1935. A scientist has been working on a life-restoring serum for years, but finds his funding has run out and his business associates no longer have faith in his vision. Desperate to continue his research, he puts everything aside in his life to risk perfecting his serum. A tragedy in the family offers the scientist a chance to regain his confidence and his love of his son. Supposedly it has something to do with a real experiment where somebody brought a dog back to life or something. Disc 12, Giant of Metropolis. One of those movies, Italian movies, I think it was kind of like a Hercules thing. Which I probably did not make it all the way through. R.O.T.O.R. R.O.T.O.R. Don't ask me what that stands for because I don't remember. 1988. Experimental Robot. Yeah. This robot goes haywire, so he has to track it down. It's... I don't know, it's okay. Like it was... some of the attempts at humor kind of fell flat. You know, you get movies from all decades in here, like that one I just mentioned, Life Returns 30s, and here we go, R.O.T.O.R. from the 80s, Giant of Metropolis in 1950-something, the Kralik Monster, and a bunch of others from the 70s, 50s. I'm not sure what the most recent one is. I think maybe the most recent film on here is Brain Twisters from 1991. Getting back to disc 12. We're almost towards the end here now. Death Machine. Oh yeah, and I remember that. It's kind of like a kung fu spy movie or some kind of thing, gangster movie. Death Machine, 1976. 3 expert martial artists are injected with a mind-controlling drug that turns them into zombie-like, unstoppable killers, and they were sent out to do the bidding of a mob boss. When the mob boss sends the trio to a martial arts academy, they end up wiping out the entire school, save for one man. The survivor of the massacre, I'm reading from the booklet here, vows to avenge his classmates and trainers by tracking down the 3 killers and the man responsible for ordering the killings. That was a fun one. Abraxas Guardian Universe. This is one my dad actually read on VHS a long time ago. Jesse Ventura. 1990. Alien fugitive arrives on Earth hoping to evade detection from the authorities. Yeah. I think he meets some woman and her little boy. And there's some other guy that's also from the future. That comes and, you know, Jesse Ventura is trying to stop him. And last one we have on here is 1960 is the Wasp Woman. Aging owner of a cosmetics company has been working with a questionable scientist on a beauty formula based upon queen bee secretions. Yeah, whatever. Insisting that she be the first to try the formula, she is transformed into a remarkably younger and more vibrant-looking woman. Unfortunately, the formula side effects that cause her to eventually transform into a human wasp that preys upon its victims at night. I don't remember that. Huh. I don't remember if I watched all of it. Yet you would think something like that happened. I mean, just the title alone is Wasp Woman. A woman looks like a wasp. Does it actually happen? Yeah, I don't remember that. That's it. That's it. And again, I apologize. I didn't go into further detail on these because some of them I didn't even make it all the way through. And I've got, let's see, looks like 3 more of these Mill Creek 50 movie sets. I'll do those at a later time. So, if you're thinking about getting this, well, hopefully this review helped. And make up your mind. It's not bad. I wouldn't pay probably more than maybe $20. You could probably find it for like less now. You know, pay it used on eBay or somewhere. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching.